Hello, this is Eckhart English. In this video, we'll be looking at vowels and consonants. So what are vowels and consonants? These are those little typical bits of sounds that we can either make and let others hear to it. When these bits of sounds are categorized and represented with symbols, these can be clearly defined into what we call as consonants and vowels. If we look at the history of how language has evolved over the years, we can see that the letters came from sounds that we made, and there was no classification for these sounds. And later, as there was progress in the way we recorded things and there were attempts of writing these, then came the development of what we call as vowels and consonants. These developments were gradual but spontaneous, and over the years that spanned less than few centuries, there was a big scripting pattern that emerged that eventually gave rise to what we call as the letter and alphabets, and also which was classified into consonants and vowels. So now let's have a look at what vowels are all about. So typically a vowel is something that comes out of your mouth straight away. For instance, let's say if you make a sound ah, it just comes out of your mouth without much of an obstruction. Same goes for the letters E, I, O and U, and sometimes with the letter Y. Consonants, on the other hand, are completely different as compared to vowels. With consonants, there are a lot of interruptions and modifications that happen as sound comes out of your mouth. So there are various organs that play important role in making these sounds. These are your tongue, your teeth, lips, the vocal cords, and also some of your cheek muscles. Sometimes your nasal muscles also are used in some part of the world. So in a sense, we can also say that these were the words that were developed through the later stages of our evolution as we communicated, interacted, and passed information to each other. One of the fascinating part of the English language is that it never had a script of its own, but rather had adopted the Roman alphabets, and as a consequence of this adaptation, there were a lot of changes and adaptations that had to be done to include Roman alphabets into the new form of English alphabets as we see today. And as default means, A, E, I and U along with O and Y are used separately or in combination to cover the entire range of alphabets in English. To understand the importance of vowels, we'll have a look at these examples. As you can see here, there's a first word as fish, which has the vowel I in it. And this I is what makes the whole word stick together to make a definitive sound, that is fish. This is typically the reason why every word has a vowel in it, and most of the words that you find in English is glued together with the vowel, which could be any of the vowel that we've seen already. The same goes for the second example here, where I is the vowel that combines the letters together and the word think. Also, vowels make words sound as it should. For instance, let us have a look at this example. So the first word is ellipse or elapse. As you can see here, there is two words that has the same letters, but only one of them is different, which is A and I. That's different in both the words given together. So as you can see, there's a lot of difference that comes around with a small change in the vowel. Now, if you look at the second example given here, there are much more differences that vowels make to a word. The same consonants. Look at the consonants here, which is S, T, R, and K. And with these four consonants, you can see at least 5 different words that came with the use of vowels. So this is what is the important aspect of vowels, as it makes a lot of difference to create new words with new meanings and different usage. For more informative videos and shares, you can visit us on www.eckhartenglish.in or write to us at info@eckhartenglish.com.au.